Alright, I'm back. Hello. There's my pretty face. Alright, so, let's see. What do we want on the screen next to me? I think we're gonna want my recap. So let's go ahead and add a window capture. Add source. Add a new source. And this will be called Chrome. Not Streamlabs. Chrome, there we go. Okay. And let's see how much we can shrink this down by before it gets too small. Yeah, that's pretty small. But what we can do is we can take these edges in. There we go. That's big enough for you to see. What's up, buddy?
Actually, when you started, I've been eating apple cinnamon stuff.
Yeah.
I never eat apple cinnamon stuff.
Okay.
But I only like the oatmeal, except for that other bar.
Yep.
Start going to that place, the school.
Yep.
Great. Do you know why?
Alright, let's take a look and see how this looks. Alright, that looks pretty good.
Do you know why?
Why, Teddy?
Because I like the chocolate milk they sell there.
Alright.
And I'm pretty sure they're gonna level up the strawberry milk.
Oh, yeah? Alright,
Kind
let's
of
see
like
how
the
this
library,
looks.
but the library. What's today?
It's Wednesday, Teddy.
Okay.
It's Wednesday.
I think that would be so.
Alright, hey buddy, I'm streaming now. Alright, we'll talk about it after I'm done?
I think they're gonna sell or not.
Okay. Alright. Let's see here. Drag that in. And we can see all that, but we probably won't be using that at all. This is mostly what we're going to be looking at. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull this over here so I can look at the notes that I took as well. All right, good. It's only 20 minutes after 11 and we're ready to start. Need some sort of background in here too, huh? All right. So, how you guys been? We had a game last night. We streamed it. I'm gonna edit it and throw it up on YouTube so you guys can see it. What happened last night? Well, it was an interesting night. We took to the skies in our train. The first thing that was decided was what they were gonna do. So they headed over and talked to Oron. Oron is the Gugalunka, and he is the winged bull celestial that they met. And Radar, the unicorn. The Gungalunga is from Elysium Fields. So they, you know, talked to him and he was like, hey, if you could drop me off at Elysium Fields or at least Ecstasy, the gate town outside, that'd be really appreciated. I thought they were going to go for the gate town. That way they could still, you know, drive around the Outlands. But they chose not to. They decided to go straight to Elysium. So they dropped him off. Radar said she didn't know where she could go. She didn't know if her home still existed. She said she lived in the hills near a river, but we didn't get much past that. So Radar said, you know, I'll go with the Gungalunga. I'll go with Orin and hang out in Elysium Fields because, you know, any place is better than that jail, is what she said. All right, so after they dropped that off, they headed over to Orgreg's Keep. They were going to wait a day just in case anything happened. They showed up and something did happen. They showed up at his place and the place was quiet, which is not normal, Orgreg said. So they headed in. They took a look. They surveyed with their pal Wheezy, who again is a peeping Tom gossip, who was, his skull was put on the end of a stick, and he will forever live his life as a skull on a stick. But he can see 150 yards through any material. I think there's some sort of limitation on it, but mostly any material. So, they see something inside. And I describe it as, because they can't see through Wheezy's eyes. But Wheezy describes it. So he said a giant bug, you know, about your size. So a man-sized bug. Yeah. It's a man-sized bug. He's leaning on something. Got something like a pole or a spear or a trident or something like that. And that didn't really clue them in. They were still nervous. So they crept through, seeing all the bodies of the dead Yugoloths, mostly Mesoloths, I said. They cautiously crept up to the room that they knew he was in. And then they kicked the door down and jumped in, expecting combat. And there was their friend, the Mesoloth, the friendly Mesoloth, Sog Thanog. And Sog said something to the effect of, "Oh, finally you guys have been here. I've been here forever." And for some reason they didn't trust him. I don't know. Maybe because he's a fiend? Maybe. So they started talking to him. They did an insight check, and you know, he was fairly honest there. I think I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag, but he was maybe exaggerating a little bit how long he had been there, maybe unsure how long he had been there. So Orgreg approaches Sog, and this is one of my favorite parts of gaming, is when I get to roleplay with myself. So Orgreg says, I don't know what prompted you to do this, Sog, but I obviously owe you one for this. Sog said something like, yeah, you know, I think all our debts are going to be repaid pretty soon. So after that, a portal opens, and out came a sword. And it went straight through Orgreg's chest. And everybody gasped. It was pretty exciting. I like it. I like it when everybody's shocked. One of the characters said, oh, that's no good. One of the characters said something to the effect of, "Oh, are we going to be Chinatown? I just want to make sure that we're not Chinatown, you know?" So that was what prompted the insight check. So they were very shocked. I mean, well, not very shocked, but shocked enough. And they wow, I got lost there. Lost in my own place. Okay. And then they were kind of excited that, you know, that's what I did. I was like, yeah, you got Chinatown. Why don't you take some inspiration for that? I've been bad about handing out inspiration. I gotta figure out a way to remind myself. Maybe just drop everybody inspiration at the beginning of the session. I feel like I'm playing favorites sometimes. So yeah, I gotta find a better way to do inspiration. Maybe I'll do some research on that or something. So after that, the new person who stepped through was another Ultraloth, Zezran. It was explained in between the party. I think they figured it out themselves, that if Well, they asked why have us bring him here, and Zezaran said because if he was killed in the prison, then he would just reform here on Gehenna. If he's killed on Gehenna, he's slain forever. So they were like, okay, I guess that makes sense. So then Zezaran says, I understand that you feel tricked, and you know, I want to pay you for the job that you didn't know you were doing, but you are doing. So he says, I will lead you to his treasure vault. And they basically got a butt ton of treasure. Basically, it was all the treasure that I assumed would come from an adventure the length of the prison, but without giving prisoners gold. Apparently, I gave them a ton of gold in there, though. I gave them 3,000 each, and this ended up with them only getting 4,000 each. Let's see here. What did they get, though? They got crap ton of money. So it was 4,333 each here. We're looking right here. Golden lion figurines of wondrous power, staff of swarming insects, adamantite chain, ring of water walking, iron stone of reserve. It's kind of like a ring of spell storing up to level 3. Sword of the Perunes, and the sword that the Ultraloth killed the other Ultraloth with, Zezaran killed Orgreg with, was a Vorpal sword. So Sog was like, "Hey, don't forget to pick that up. That's not just window dressing. That's something for you guys." So they talked to Sog a little bit and learned some information. They learned that Gazrian ore, the ore they got from the pit jail, that they are going to craft a weapon with to help them slay Gazra, can only be tempered with fire from the elemental plane of fire. The City of Brass has forges with the hottest fire. And again, somebody, I think it was Roger again, on a roll, chimed up with, "Hey, we know somebody. We know somebody in the City of Brass. We know someone who can help us there." And everybody was like, who? And Casa the Stunning, the Dao that they rescued in the last adventure, last dungeon. So they learned about that. I don't believe they learned about anything else. They learned that there was rumors out there of how the weapon needs to be forged, and there are some certain prerequisites. And I went ahead and I labeled those out in roll 20. Let me pop into roll 20 here and see what we got. Whoa, hey, I'm not signed in. Come on, roll 20, you're better than that. And launch game to see my desktop. Probably get some music playing in the background here. All right, so they talk, like I said, they talk with Sog. They find out that there's like a history, like fairy tales kind of thing, right? You know, there's always rumors about he's a demon, so how are we going to kill the demon? Unfortunately, they are very high level. We're still loading here. Very high level, and the characters are high level, so these DCs aren't like out of the norm. They have 2 DCs that they need to hit 25, and 2 DCs that they need to hit 30. I think I need to add those onto here as well. Here we go. So I've got, I've got an extra one, it looks like. Did I just not format it well? 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I do not have that one, I think. Oops, that's Discord. Sorry about that, folks. Speaking of which, Discord in my bio link if you want to join my Discord. There's links to World Anvil, my Twitter, my Facebook page, I believe. Anything that you need to get a hold of me, and follow me and see what I'm doing. This World Anvil page is public, and there's a lot of good stuff in here. A lot of good stuff. I think that I spend a lot of time in here. I'm doing a lot of prep in here now. I am live right here, apparently. It shows my Twitch. I've finally gotten some players to jump in here and add their characters, which is exciting. Yeah, I've got a whole slew of half-finished articles that are kind of like I don't know, a mind barf sometimes. Just here, this is all I know on this character, and it might just be a heading. It might be, hey, this dude's an elf. It might be just a copy and paste from my OneNote. See, nothing. Just a pasty sorcerer. He was a no, just a patsy sorcerer. A pasty sorcerer. He's probably a pasty sorcerer too. Let's see, Asher here. We've got yeah. See, this is just a copy paste from my my OneNote. So the players should probably not even see this. Oh no, this is yeah. So this is in my DM thing. So this is all that anybody would see if they were coming here. At any rate, I bet Roll20's. Oh yeah, we said the Roll20 was locked. All right, so let's see here. And then what was it? Sararak. Oh, I did that again, huh? All right, nope. Edit report. Dang. Okay, so anyway. So they have... Where are my secrets at? All right, so there are these 4 right here, and we're just gonna paste those in real quick. Sorry, folks. I know watching me editing documents isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but it helps me not forget to do this later. Now, of course, it's gonna pop up. There we go. All right, so like I said, I'm missing 1, and but we've got 2 DC 25 research downtimes and 2 DC 30. So they're looking at 4 weeks of research to finish out this Gazra quest. So they started the downtime last night, and they all did one week of downtime activities. I think someone did 2. Roger did 2. But hopefully we'll be able to finish those during the week. On Facebook or in Discord or something like that, and we can be all good with that. So as they're cleaning out this guy's keep, they're taking all the weapons they can find, because their storm train, the Starlight Express is what they named it, has a car that is basically a storefront. So they pull up, they drop a couple walls, and boom, they've got a store, and they sell all their used goods. So I'm gonna figure that out into the role somehow. I'm gonna give them a bonus of something, maybe 10 or something. So they're I'll probably cut out the bottom rank, so their expenses every month are cheaper. And I think we can look at that here real quick and take a look. I think Lawson did it right here. Growing your franchise. No. Franchise tasks. Franchise tasks. Downtime. Franchise tasks. Anyway, there's a table somewhere, and it's a D20. It's the modified table from the DMG. It basically, like I said last time, I think it goes higher and lower. So I will. Here we go. Franchise. Yeah, I'll probably give them a 10% bonus here. So the franchise has a ruinous month. We'll make it so they never have a ruinous month. They can have severe setbacks, 125%. So that will probably be that. And let me pop that into here, into seeds. Franchise earns plus 10 to roll. By selling equipment, scavenged equipment. All right. So after that, they're scavenging all this equipment, and another portal opens. This time, much larger. And this is Gazra, the Pit Fiend. They um, they made a deal a long time ago with a Pit Fiend named Gazra. Um, yep, there's not much here on him. Again, this is a copy paste from Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia. He is interested in plotting nefariously, as devils do, and he made a deal with them for the what is that sword called? My goodness, Black Razor. Black Razor, is that right? Something like that. Black Razor, pretty sure. Anyway, so they did not want to give that up to him, but he had them basically go through a dungeon before they met him, and he was twice their level, three times their level in CR. So if that was at a time when there were like 8 or 9 of them, and they probably could have taken him. It would have been a struggle, and they would have had to be like at full capacity. Like after a long rest, they could go Nova on him and take him down, probably even before he got a turn. But like I said, I made them go through this dungeon first before they met him, and be harassed and take damage, use spells, all that kind of stuff. It drained them of resources. So when they got there, they were broken, you know. So they had no choice. They could either make the deal or they can try and fight. So of course they made the deal. And part of the deal is that he will find stuff for him. He's Gazra the Finder. He is known legendarily for finding things that remain secret, remain unfound. So this is very useful right now to them in their dealings with Acererak. So he has been looking for Acererak for them. But he comes through the portal, and he is very upset. He says that he interrogated Spiral, which was the guy that he asked them to go take a job and just do the job. He gave them a job to take and go do, and he didn't want to be involved in it. So he had this Mr. Johnson, Spiral, interrogated, and he found out that he indeed performed correctly. He also asked them if they did as he instructed. And the players were like, did we? I don't remember. So I recapped the players and let them know that they did not do as instructed. They did not even go into the fortress, the Devil Fortress in the Field of Nettles to plant the plants. They were stopped in the middle by some agents of Mammon, and they were given a Fell Reaver in exchange for not planting those plants. So Gazra's very upset. He's very pissed, and he says that something happened, and Zabos saw through the ruse and was ready for the attack. He wanted to find out what happened. He told the characters that he's going to find out what happened. He asked them some questions. Did you see anything out of the ordinary? Was the camp empty? And he kind of sighed in frustration, and he was like, I have information for you. And the information that he gave them was the last bits of information here. All right. So he found that Acererak is on a Forgotten Prime, Jeb. That is one of the names for the world of the Lost Lands. We are probably going to do something there. I haven't decided what. There's a bunch of different areas that I can go into. I was originally planning on this being Chult, but I might make it something else. So Jeb might be a red herring. By the time they get there, maybe he's gone, something like that. But I'm not sure. I have plans upon plans for that. So he said the thing that's missing from here is that Acererak's phylactery is unseen to him. There are rare things that can be unseen to him, and he believes that it is in the Doom Vault, which is, wow, yeah, that just didn't even make it up here, huh? Kazrinor, CD Brass, Acererak, and that is not Acererak. Anyway, that should be Asher. Yeah, I don't know where that disappeared from, huh? Let's go right here. Let's go ahead and change this to Serac because it's bothering me. Backspace, add Asher. Whoa. There you go. Asher. 1, 2, 3. This is a Serac. And this is at Doombolt. The Doombolt. This we can just copy and paste. All right. All right, so yeah, Gazra gave them that information. Phylactery, Serac, and the portal to Sanguera is still open, but is held by demons. So the reason that they're out here dealing with demons and devils is their planet Sanguera is a staging area basically for an invasion to the Prime. It holds one of the few portals that remain open, linked to the Prime Material Plane, allowing demons or devils to get in through this. Long ago, the king Asher, Hollow Blossom, aka Asarak, he made a deal with devils to seal his city in a bubble, so that the portal was held closed, held in check. He would deal with the incursions from the demons. The devils promised not to come through. Basically, it assured the devils a stalemate. That even though they couldn't hold the portal or use the portal, the demons would also not be able to use the portal. I mean, theoretically, yes, they could all pour through and hang out in this bubble, this sphere that surrounded the main area that they started adventuring in, but there's no point in that. So it was an agreed upon stalemate, basically. Something happened, and the bubble came down. That was the beginning of after Lost Mines of Pandelver. That was the new beginning. The bubble had come down. People started exploring, rediscovering new lands, rediscovering different cultures outside, actually being able to visit, places they hadn't been in thousands of years. So, trade was starting again, and migrations were happening because the valley was getting swollen with people, and people were excited to leave, excited to go someplace different. So they find out, though, that about this portal and how this portal is, a way for demons and devils to get through. And once they get through, they're going to rage across the primes, and that's pretty much one of their main objectives. If they can rage across the primes, devils can collect more souls for their armies, and demons can just wantonly kill, because as they do. So that's how this whole thing kind of started and involved the devils and the demons, because their world is a target. It's a front. It's a major front for the Blood War. So they are. This portal is still open. It remains open, but the demons hold it. So if they want to get back to Sanguera, which is where the Doom Vault is, which is where Asarak's phylactery is, they are going to have to get back to Sanguera. So they have a couple of options, actually. I wanted to give them more than one option. they can go through the portal. They would have to find a way to take it. They have a lot of allies. They have Gazra, who is interested in holding the portal. Gazra controls the bubble, though, so that may or may not be a good idea, depending on how fortified they can get that bubble and how contested it could be. They also, like I said, Gazra controls the bubble, so he could also, the bubble can actually be taken down. I wanted to reiterate, because I wasn't sure what the players had understood about the pit jail. Part of that was them learning about the bubble that held the pit jail to learn about the bubble that held their world. So I told them that the pit jail bubble was similar to the Sanguera bubble, in that they were probably similar, except the Sanguera one's on a larger scale and interdimensional. So they decided they could take down the bubble to get back to Sanguera. Because I told them they could travel back to Sanguera on the train, but they can't get inside the bubble. And the Doom Vault's inside the bubble, so that's where they need to go if they want the phylactery. So I left them with some interesting choices. We are, like I said, there still needs to be downtime. We got 1 week of downtime done yesterday. So we have 3 more. 1 week of downtime. It took 2 weeks to get this research done. So there is 3 more weeks to do, and yeah, pretty exciting. It was a really fun session. My friend again joined and got to be a little more part. He was almost part of the conversation. It's still a lot to take in because this is 17 or 16 levels for them, 16 levels of adventuring, and most of them have been here since the beginning. So, well, about half of them have been here since the beginning. So it's a lot of information and a lot to understand. It was a really fun session, and yeah, looking forward to next week, and hoping we can get this downtime knocked out in the middle of the week so we don't have to deal with it next session and have a downtime session. But those are kind of fun sometimes too. Oh, the last thing I think that I have here is that Roger the Thief decided to implant the ultralight eye. So he took a bunch of damage, and now his right eye is replaced with an ultralight eye. And that is good and bad. It was pretty cool the way he did it. He's also looking to change his light crossbow to a heavy crossbow. I don't know what that really entails. It seems like you just take it apart and replace all the parts. You know, maybe keep the bowstring. I don't know what that entails. So I'm going to try and do some research on that, see what I can do, and maybe magically enhance it, or
Please, I take a bath today.
Sure. Maybe magically enhance it, or have like maybe an artificer, which is still magic, or maybe an engineer do it.
When do you do gaming?
On Tuesdays. Last night.
What's tomorrow?
Thursday.
What's tomorrow?
Thursday still.
What's tomorrow?
After that, Friday.
Is that when they're coming over?
No, they're going to start coming over on Sundays now.
Why?
Because Fridays don't work anymore.
Why?
I'm almost done, buddy. Can we talk about this in a couple minutes?
But why?
Because it doesn't work anymore.
Why?
I just told you.
Why?
Because you're not listening. Alright guys, but that's all I got this week. I will see you all next week, and thanks for listening.
What else are you gonna do?